Welcome, baseball fans, to this edition of State of MLB's News of the Week. Well, we've got a fun one for you this week. We got a whole lot of home run power, which we're going to get into. So for those who are offensively minded, those who like a good show at the plate, this week is for you. Before we get started, let's get into a little bit of housekeeping, shall we? They've been doing a lot of contact tracing and a lot of COVID testing to keep all the players and staff across Major League Baseball safe. The latest results are 12,485 samples this week. We've had a positive rate of 0.05% across all of them. The latest victims of those would be two people from the New York Mets, causing a postponement of this weekend's Subway Series with the New York Yankees. Now, that's this week. Across the entire season so far, considering we've had several teams impacted between the Cubs, the Cardinals, the Reds, the Marlins, the Yankees, the Phillies, across the board. There's several teams impacted by these postponements and from multiple teams having infections. So across the whole season, we've had a 0.1% positive rate, which is far below the national average for COVID infections. So that shows the protocols are helping significantly control the spread of this. And it also works havoc on people's schedules, on doubleheaders, and all kinds of other things. It's the nature of the beast with this season, and hopefully medical science will come up with some sort of vaccine before next season. But to get through this year, they're doing a pretty good job in controlling this thing, containing this thing, and taking good care of the health of those who do contract it, as everybody who has gotten the infection has come back healthy. So kudos to Major League Baseball on that behalf. Okay? Having said that, let's get into the fun of things, shall we? Start things off, the Chicago White Sox did something that has not been done for a very long time. But yes, it has been done before. They hit 4 straight home runs on Sunday the 16th last week against the St. Louis Cardinals, all against the same pitcher, Ramirez, for a 7-2 win in that game. My thought as a manager of, once you've given up like 2 or 3 straight, isn't it time to get that pitcher out of there? Yeah, they did eventually replace him, but not before the damage was done. So kudos to the Chicago White Sox for putting on a home run demonstration that has not been seen in our lifetimes. In the home run power category, Issac Paredes, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I did not get the phonetic of that one before I put this up. He hit his very first home run as a Major League player this week. On Friday the 21st, his very first home run against the Cleveland Indians happened to be a grand slam. What a fortunate opportunity for a young man to make his mark on a team by having the bases loaded when you get your first grand slam. That will go down in his books, and I'm sure he got the game ball for that one. So kudos to Isaac. Enjoy the highlight reels, enjoy the fame, because tomorrow you're back up to bat. But seriously, that is a wonderful feat. Congratulations. Not everyone has that opportunity to be able to put on a display like that for the first home run. So wonderful work. Congratulations. And speaking of grand slams, something that has not been done for a very long time, the San Diego Padres hit a grand slam in not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 straight games. Granted, they're all against the same opponent, the Texas Rangers, and Tatis, Machado, Myers, and Hosmer were the individual contributors for that. But to have a team hit a grand slam against you in 4 straight games shows some weaknesses in your pitching. At the same time, I give a great kudos to the Padres for being able to line up the players on the bases and knock them in with a grand slam in 4 consecutive days. I mean, that is like getting all 9 planets to line up in one shot. It's just I remember a number of years ago, there was a game between the Yankees and the A's where the Yankees set a record for most grand slams in a game, and it was interviewed, and Torre, I think, or Girardi was interviewed on how to do that. He said you just have to have a ton of people on base, because every time you get bases loaded, there's no guarantee of hitting that home run. So you have to keep on loading them up and loading them up and loading them up, and then eventually, with a little bit of luck, you get the grand slams. And that's what you have to do with San Diego. Yeah, they had to keep on loading up the bases there every single 4 straight games to give these players the opportunity to bang them in. Granted, it also helps their run differential too, but it's all good and fun. It's all good and fun. It's a wonderful home run display from 3 different teams in multiple different occasions, and it's a wonderful home run barrage. And for those who are offensively minded, it's a fantastic feat. This is why you have the home run derby in the first place, in order to see those wonderful displays of power. Speaking of power, on the back end of that also means pitchers are yielding a lot of hits. And the team that has yielded the most damage are the Philadelphia Phillies, coming in with an 8.07 bullpen ERA. First place for worst bullpen in all of Major League Baseball. Recognizing their bullpen was a severe weakness, they went ahead on the waiver wires, made some deals, and secured some relief pitchers. They picked up DFA David Hale from the Yankees off the waiver wires, and they made a trade with the Boston Red Sox to secure Workman and Hembree. All 3 are solid pitchers. Are they elite pitchers? No, because they're available in the first place. You get what you pay for. But they were available, and all 3 are solid. I wouldn't. They're kind of in the middle in my choice of your relievers. They'll give you some good innings, but would I put them in high price situations? Not necessarily. I wouldn't consider them closer caliber pitchers, but they're definitely middle inning eaters that will help you bridge the gap between your starter and your relief core. So I wish the Philadelphia Phillies all the luck with that. I hope that they serve you well. And considering the fact the Yankees and Red Sox bring in players for the purpose of beating each other up, milking pitchers from both teams can't hurt. So let me know what you think about what I think. What do you think about all the home run displays here? What do you think about the ERA of the Phillies and the results of the COVID testing? Are there any stories you would like to see in next week's video? Any stories you felt I missed in this video? Please let me know in the comment section below. If you just happen to be coming across this video in YouTube, please hit like and subscribe. It greatly helps the channel. As always, thank you for watching. Look forward to talking to you next time. Have a great day and enjoy the baseball this weekend.